I'm Phoenix Lily and welcome to the Fire Garden. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about common misconceptions incoming first year game students have. There will be information from juniors and seniors from multiple schools. So it isn't just my experience this time. I actually did research and interviewed a lot of people. The information in this video will be laid out in 3 different categories. 1, we'll talk about curriculum. 2, we'll talk about individual mindset. And 3, we're going to talk about a super secret gossipy topic. So if you are curious as to what it is, stay for the entirety of the video. Now that that's done, let's get into it. The first topic we're going to talk about is misconceptions with school curriculum. So this has to do with lesson plans, courses, and majors. First one. You'll most likely be a guinea pig for your school's courses, or even your entire major. This probably shouldn't come as a surprise to you. The game industry is pretty young, and schools teaching game development as majors is even newer. More likely than not, there'll be a lot of courses that you have to take for your major that are new, only have been taught for 5 years, maybe even less. Some might be new that year. So you have to keep in mind that your curriculum will not be well tested, and you will most likely be the tester. Number 2, game development is not playing video games. I know I said this in my last video, but you will have less time to play video games. The college workload is a lot more rigorous than high school. So if you're used to playing games a lot, you still can, but you have to really learn how to manage your time. You will have to teach yourself how to work in groups. So no matter how many classes you're going to have with group projects or you're working on teams for like a production class, you will have to teach yourself how to be a good team member and work on a team. For me, there are 2 things I like to keep in mind. 1, what do I need from my team? 2, what does my team need from me? Working on a team is a give and take. You will need to communicate what your needs are and ask other people what their needs are to foster good communication for success. The last topic I'm going to talk about is the fact that there's going to be little or no diversity in your school. So this is coming from 2020. Hopefully in the future it kind of changes a little bit. More likely than not, your peers will be white men. That's just how it is. There's going to be racism. There's going to be sexism. And there are some ways to avoid it, so if it's really an issue for you, but you're still passionate, I would try to pursue art, just because they tend to be a little more diverse. Design tends to have more of an even mix of men and women, and I would say if you are a woman and you're really, really not comfortable only working with men, then I would recommend staying away from programming and being a producer, because those are very, very male-dominated. Remember to like this video and subscribe to become a permanent member of the Fire Garden. Click that bell to get pings on Tuesdays and Saturdays for video game school videos and lifestyle videos respectively. Best way to reach out to me is on Twitter and Instagram, and you should check out my Twitch channel too. Okay, so the next section is going to be about your mindset coming into school. You should definitely teach yourself about the other disciplines, especially if you're going to be working in groups. Learn what an artist or programmer can and can't do. Learn what a designer can design in a certain amount of time. Really, really get to know kind of the workflow between majors, and that'll really, really help you succeed. The next thing you should figure out is what you want to specialize in. So I know coming as a freshman, college is going to be overwhelming, so you shouldn't decide like right away. But in your free time, you should kind of research the specializations in your major offered by your school, or just in the industry in general. The reason you want to do this is so you can A, figure out what you like to do, B, plan out your career goals, and C, choose classes accordingly. I know a lot of schools will have a set curriculum for you, so you don't really have a lot of leeway. But if you do have like elective courses, you might want to pursue stuff that relates to your specialization. Be open to critique. So I'm gonna be frank with you, your first idea is gonna suck. If you're in high school and you have this image of like a fantastic game that you're gonna go to school and you're gonna make and it's gonna be amazing and you're gonna make the new Undertale, that's not gonna happen. You need to learn how to take criticism and feedback. I would definitely say be open to other people's ideas. A lot of people go in thinking they're like hot. Just be humble. be humble and listen to other people. Okay, the last one is definitely take classes outside of your major. So if you have options for electives, do something completely unrelated to game development. Whether it's humanities, I mean, I minor in Japanese, and like, yeah, you might think Nintendo, but that's not why I minored in Japanese. And there are a few reasons you want to do this. One, it makes research a lot easier for games. Like, I was designing something for a like crystal growing system, and then I had to look back at like old earth science notes I took in high school, because it's like, how do crystals form again? So you might never know when random knowledge is going to be really useful to you. Definitely, if you have other interests besides game development, do explore them if you have the time. It's really worth your while. So, hi. You might have noticed I've changed clothes and there's a cat here now. It is editing day, and I hated how I filmed this part, so I'm just going to redo it. So welcome to the super secret third topic, and we're going to talk about some things you assume people will know, and they don't know. I think the biggest one for me is don't draw porn in class. Don't look at porn in class. You'd think people would understand that, that class time is a safe for work area, but there are some people, and even some of my friends, who have drawn horny art in class, and it's just like, it's not the time and place. Just don't do it. Please just don't do it, Especially if you're not even in an art class. So, like, some of our, like, required classes, I know some people have been, like, drawing art. It's just, like, it's obvious you're not paying attention. The second major thing is people don't shower. And I'm not talking about, when someone's really depressed and their hygiene goes out the window. Because I've been there. I go there more often than I feel like I should. But usually, I think for most people, that doesn't last very long. They usually feel gross, and a shower will make them feel better. But that's not what I'm talking about again. I'm talking when somebody smells like they haven't showered in a month, and you know someone who talked to them the month before, and they smelled exactly the same. I don't know what it is, but I know these people in question have access to dorm showers and stuff. It's just absolutely disgusting. Please shower, please wash your clothes. Tell your peers to shower and wash their clothes. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the greasy gamer stereotype. So I am not an advocate for talking about stereotypes like real people. They are stereotypes for a reason. There are people who like to go into game development, or at least they think they want to go into game development. Usually they don't end up pursuing it, but there are people who will objectify women and not want to be friends with women. They only want to bang their classmates. So one of the things I have experienced, and I know my friends have experienced, is male peers only being nice to them because they want a date, and if they turn someone down, they're turned into like a monster. It's like, she didn't want me, she was so mean. So I think my advice to you is, if that's you, I'm hoping it's not, but if that's you, please treat with your female classmates with respect, and if that's happening to you, I would talk to your Title IX team at your school. It's like a real struggle. People do not understand social cues and stuff like that. That's all for today. I will see you on Saturday for a complete declutter of my bedroom, and I will see you on Tuesday for a look into the different types of specializations you find in the game industry. I hope you guys have a really good week.